Welcome to episode number 3 of Brockport Made. Joining us today on the show is Julia Palopoli, senior pitcher for the SUNY Brockport softball team. Julia, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So let's get right down to some questions here. First question that I have, where are you from and what got you into the sport of softball?
I was born and raised in Hauppauge, New York, which is Long Island. I started playing softball from a young age. I'd probably say maybe kindergarten or first grade. Don't really remember that much. But I just stuck with it ever since. I always loved being around sports from such a young age. So playing softball just over time, I just grew into the game. I loved it. I never wanted to stop. I always wanted to play in college. So just stuck with it ever since.
And now here you are pitching for Brockport. So what made you want to pitch? What was the big thing that made you want to go that route?
I always like putting myself up for a challenge, and I personally think that pitching is not the easiest position on the field whatsoever. So I just thought it'd be cool to pick up, since when I started playing Little League, when you don't really pitch per se, the coaches kind of just toss it over for you. Like if you're on the mound as the pitcher, you try your best to get it over. But I never wanted the coaches to step in. I just wanted to stay on the mound and keep going around and around and around. So maybe like third grade, I started taking lessons and I stuck with that. I love being in control of the game. Having the ball in your hand as the pitcher, you kind of pinpoint where the game's going to go, whether it's good. It could end up being bad, but it's an awesome position to get into. So I just loved it.
No, so with Brockport, you said what made you want to choose Brockport?
Well, surprisingly, Brockport was never in the question for me. It was never my first choice. I didn't really know where Brockport was until maybe beginning of my senior year. A couple kids from my high school went here. They graduated, but was decided on a school like 3 hours from me. I was so set on it. I was talking to all the coaches there since like my sophomore year, maybe my junior year. I happened to get in contact with John Dumas. My senior year, I came up for a visit. Quick process. Even after coming here, I was like, I don't know, it's a little far from me. Then I weighed out the options, like, all right, you're traveling for games, you're gonna be away from home, whether you like it or not, even if you stayed home for school. So it just made sense to come here. Like, it gave me such a better opportunity to play and for my education. So it was a good balance. I'd rather have the chance of maybe starting my freshman or sophomore year than waiting until I was a junior or senior. So it just made sense for me.
Yeah, and that's, an important decision that some student athletes kind of decide is, do they want to, wait out a little bit and earn that role, or sometimes come in freshman, sophomore year and be that person, be that starter, get to play. So it's a tough decision that some athletes, and it seems like you've made the right one. So
yeah, for sure.
So baseball, softball, very superstitious sport. When it comes to that pregame routine, do you have any sort of pregame routine that you like to do?
Yeah, mine's a little weird. I don't know. Other people might do it, but since high school, I always put my left sock on my right foot, my right sock on my left foot. Wait, I messed that up. My left sock on my right foot, my right sock on my left foot. I just feel like if I don't do that, I'm going to mess up during the game. It's so weird, but I do that. I have this little coin that my mom gave me my freshman year here at Brockport. It's like a lucky coin. So I put it in my back pocket before every game. I've done it since freshman year. And then pre-game, like pre-inning, before the batter steps in the box, you're doing the high fives around the mound. I always take a handful of dirt and I just throw it at whoever's playing first base. And I don't know why I do it. I've done that one since high school too. It's just something that stuck with me.
So you've got a few is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they seem to work and you never want to mess with that. So that's good that you have something that kind of gets you in that zone. So kind of transitioning a little bit, what or who was your biggest role model growing up, whether it was a softball or coach or a parent figure, or who was somebody that kind of inspired you and you kind of looked up to?
I don't know. Like, I never really had one specific role model. My parents, obviously, I look up to them. They've shaped me into who I am, the person I am. But I think in terms of like athletes, like role model celebrities, I've never had that one person that I was like, yeah, like that's who I want to be when I grow up. That's who I want to play like. I really admire like the mindsets that athletes have. So if that makes sense, like Kobe, Lundqvist, Jenny Finch, just going out there with a tough mindset. You lock in, you make people think like, oh, they're not going to get in my head. Just do your job, go on the mound. I always follow that. I feel like if you go out there with a tough mentality and just lock in, you're not going to let anyone faze you.
Yeah, go out there, get the job done. That's what it's all about. So what is one of your favorite memories that you've made while at Brockport? Again, whether it's on the diamond or whether it's off diamond and just in Brockport in general.
Sorry, my screen just messed up a little bit. Just meeting everyone, I guess I could say, along the way. You know, you grow up with a set of friends from high school, from elementary school. You've known those people for 15 years of your life. You've got that one friend group, and then you go away to college and you meet these people, and within 2 months, they're like family. And I feel like I've known everyone my whole life being here. Even between like coaches, teammates, professors too. Just the relationships, they're just so unforgettable. It's something that I'm really gonna miss when I leave.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of college. So, I mean, going back to what softball a little bit, we talked about your pregame routine. We talked about what you like to do and what gets you in the mindset before a game. After you guys win, what is your favorite meal? Whether it's a snack or whether it's like a feast, what is your go-to food for after a win?
That's tough. I don't know. I feel like I don't really think about that during the game. Like once we win, if I had to choose, if I'm eating out in Brockport, I love Jimmy's E's. I love going there. They have great food. Love a good garbage plate. Or Wegman subs are really good. So I feel like those two probably top choices after a good game.
Yeah.
Not that that's what I eat after every game, but
yeah, but it's something, you know,
you gotta treat yourself. Yeah.
So, you know, both good options. So what is one of your most memorable moments from softball here at Brockport, whether it's during game, practice? What is your most favorite memory from that, something that sticks with you?
That's another tough one. It's just like every practice is always fun. Every game, win or lose, like we stick together. My favorite part of the season always is going to Florida for spring training. Unfortunately, we're not able to attend this year due to COVID, which is understandable. But I'd have to say maybe freshman year in Florida, getting to pitch my first game on the mound as a freshman, full game, my first win, or even my first win in SUNY. You know, it's just in high school, I was never looked at as like a starting pitcher, the number one, whatever you call it, until my senior year is when I really got my shot. So just having your coach believe in you to put you out there with little to none college experience and then getting the job done, earning your spot, that is something that I won't forget, because coming in freshman year, didn't think I'd have an important role on the team. You know, everyone has an important role, but I didn't think that I'd have that role on the field. I would be okay with that. I came in thinking, all right, you know, work hard, get the job done. If you happen to get the chance to play, you do, and that's great. If not, go back to work sophomore year, earn that spot. But it worked out. It worked out really well for me, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, like you said earlier, you're talking about why you chose Brockport for softball. You came here and you wanted to play, and it sounds like you got to do that right off the get-go. So that's always good, getting on that mound first game, being able to pitch. So as a freshman too, that's impressive.
Yeah. Thank you.
So one question that I kind of have as well is for softball. So after while you're warming up, your walkout music, New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. That's not typically the kind of warm-up song that you'll hear. Like usually when you think of that for pitchers, you think of Enter Sandman by Metallica or Hell's Bells by AC/DC. How did you come up with that for your walkout song?
I don't even know. Honestly, freshman year, I was just like, oh, okay, like let me pick something original. Being from New York, feel like you gotta represent, even though still going to school in New York, which, you know, might not make sense for other people, but whatever. But yeah, no, my family, they're a really fun group at parties and weddings and everything, and it's like a tradition. My dad, my grandpa, my uncles, like they would always get down and start singing either My Way or New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. So I was like, all right, let me put a little twist on it. Let me do something for them, for myself. You know, it's not the most exhilarating song, but it stuck. Like after freshman year, it just stuck. I don't see myself really changing it because I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it makes it fun. Like sophomore year, we were playing some team. I can't remember who it was, but as soon as that song goes on, it's like everyone's like, whoa, what's happening? Like, okay. Girls are doing the kick line, dancing, singing along. You know, gotta have fun somehow in the game too.
Yeah, no, it's fun, but you at the same time, it's go time. That's when you're on the mound. So, kind of sticking with the sports and culture a little bit. What is your favorite sports movie? What's any sport? What's your favorite sports movie to watch?
I'm a big hockey fan, so I really enjoy watching Miracle on Ice. But there's also a movie I watched with my parents over winter break. I think it's called Greater. Again, I can't remember the guy's name, but he started off as a prospect, not even. He played high school football, wanted to play Division I. The coach basically laughed at him, was like, yeah, like you're not going to play here. Like you could practice with us, and that flipped the switch for him. He started working hard every day, and he earned that starting spot and soon became an All-American, and even was, I want to say, not first round, maybe first round draft pick for the NFL. So it just goes to show, like, you could, if you work hard, you could go from nothing to something.
Yeah, no, and that's I know what movie you're talking about. Great movie. It is. It's one of those good, true inspirational stories.
Yeah.
So last question that I have here for you here today, how has Brockport made you?
It's shaped me into the person I am today. You know, the relationships, like I said before, that I've gained are so unforgettable. The education that I've gotten so far, the experience, the memories, softball, out of softball. I would not trade these last 4 years for anything. If I had the opportunity to go back and maybe pick a different school where, oh, maybe you're playing softball D2 or whatever, I wouldn't do it. You know, you come to college, and for me, I was 17. I have a late birthday, so I'm younger than most, but you come at such a young age, and by the time you're graduated, you're ready for the real world. It's scary, but, you know, it makes you ready. Everything that I've learned here and that's happened to me, I wouldn't trade.
Well, yeah, no, that's important. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Is there any closing things that you'd like to say, whether it's about you or your team or COVID or spring sports potentially? How could we play spring sports? What is some things advice that you could give?
Just follow the protocols, mask up, wash your hands, social distance, you know. don't do stupid things that'll get you in trouble. Everyone wants to play, you know. We got our season taken away last year, which absolutely sucked. That's one thing I would change about my college experience, is last year having that season taken away, because that really hurt. Even the seniors that we had, and to have that happen 2 seasons in a row would not be fun for anyone, and I don't think anyone wants that to happen. So, you know, just follow the rules.
Yeah, no, you get to follow the rules, and that's not just for student athletes, because I know a lot of them were hurt too, but just all the students here on campus as well. They want to stay on campus, get to be able to see their friends, and for, you know, those outgoing seniors be able to enjoy the senior year while, you know, following the rules and staying safe and doing all that sorts of stuff. So that's great advice that you gave. That's, you know, that's kind of all I have for you today. So thank you again for coming on the show. You know, it's good talking with you, getting to know you a little bit, and hopefully, you know, some people got to learn stuff about you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So we're all set here. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
No problem.